All right, what's up, guys? Let's get this thing going. What's up, Lordy Hot Dog? Always one of the first people in here. I appreciate that. You didn't miss anything yet, Lyle. I just started. What's up, Ben? What's up, Jim? What's up, Seto Kaiba's bank account? What's up, fake Metazoo? What's up, Catcher? How's it going, Brian? Michael? This month has been too exciting, says Seeker. What's up, Greg? What's up, Alec? Metazoo Black Market. What's up, bro? All you guys saw Argos's stream last night. And it looks like it's pretty much over, guys. I think this is the end of the road. So tonight we're gonna got a box of Karami, got a box of First Edition, and a box of Nightfall. And I think that overall, guys, we've painted. Oh yeah, my Mothman, the one of one Mothman, ended on eBay. It went for $33.05. Obviously, I was always going to be a little disappointed with what it went for, considering what I paid for it. But all things considered, I knew the state of the market. But look, we all saw Argos's video. And I think based on everything that I've heard behind the scenes, we have a pretty good understanding of what actually happened. I think it's really not as complicated as there's a lot of stuff that we don't know still. But I think overall the story of Metazoo is a story that we've already figured out. It was a company that was mismanaged. They got themselves into a situation where they owed a lot of people money. They owed a lot of people product. That product was getting behind and behind and more behind. And I think that really this beautiful box right here, this Kuromi's Cryptid Carnival, I think we already know what happened. I think based on everything that we've heard, this was their Hail Mary to try to get things back on track. They thought they were going to make money from this to be able to pay off their debts, to get the product out. And as we know, this little guy right here flopped. And I think that was it. I think that was the end of the road for Metazoo. I think Metazoo as we know it is done. Mike Waddell's Metazoo is dead. I don't think there's not any chance of Metazoo as we knew it coming back. But I will say, there is a chance that the IP lives on. And I will say that the Bandai rumors are true. Those are legitimate. But even if Bandai did buy them, it wouldn't be the same meta. It would not be Metazoo as we know it. But yeah, I think based on everything I've heard, we know the story. We don't know some of the details. We don't know why Mike posted and deleted the closure announcement. I think he probably freaked out and just didn't know what to do and posted that. And I'm sure then everybody else was freaking out when he posted that. But I think at the end of the day, what he posted was pretty much true. Metazoo's done. They're in too much debt. They're in over their heads. They've got no way to pay it back, and they've reached kind of a point of no return. Paul says, together again, fellow sufferers. Now, that being said, without being too specific, I have heard that the IP, at least, there's a couple different routes that it could live on. So I think, like I said, Metazoo as we know it, Mike Waddell's Metazoo, is dead and gone and not coming back. Metazoo, the idea, Metazoo, the IP, in a different form could live on. What's up, Ted? What's up, Speed Robo? I just got your package today, actually. I've got it in the other room. I might grab it at some point during this stream. But I wanted to say thank you for that. And I would also say that as far as Metazoo being dead, I think there is a chance that we see the top set. I really do. I think if Topps already has that set printed, like we're hearing, if they've already printed it, I think it still comes out. So there is still a chance you could see a new Metazoo set come out. And maybe something besides that. But the Metazoo that we knew, it's gone. It's dead. Boycott what? I want to be clear. If the top set comes out, that money goes to Topps. It has nothing to do with Metazoo. They already licensed it. They already licensed it. They already paid their fees. If it's already printed, I think it's coming out. And it's going to be distributed and printed by Topps if it does come out. So it doesn't matter anything that's going on with Metazoo as far as them owing printers money or them being bankrupt if they end up filing for bankruptcy, which it sounds like is on the table. But I think we see that top set come out. Metazoo as we know it, Tom. Metazoo as we know it is dead. Metazoo LLC, Mike Waddell's Metazoo, Andy's Metazoo, Metazoo Cryptid Nation, Metazoo Nightfall, that Metazoo is dead. I don't think we're ever going to see any continuation. We're not going to see War. I don't think we're ever going to see Legacy. Any of the stuff that we thought we were going to get, that stuff I think is dead and gone. Adam says, I don't think Metazoo is coming back in any form. I think it's going to be buried. I'm not so sure about that. I don't think Metazoo, like I said, Metazoo as we know it, the big boom that we saw, the hype, the craze, the cards that we got, that I don't think will ever come back to what it was. But I think Metazoo, this community that we've seemed to have cultivated in these dying days of Metazoo, if the IP does somehow continue through one of several options that appear to be on the table, there could still be a place for us to go if we want to get our cryptid fix. Let's not even call it our Metazoo fix. Show the screenshots of Mike stating he sold product on the secondary market. I showed that part of the screenshot in that video. That was directly from Mike. I think that was the most important part of all those screenshots, so that's the part that I showed. Several options? Yes, several options. What Argo said in his video last night, there's a lot of truth to. If Metazoo owes certain people money and they can't pay it back, there's options on the table for those people that are owed money. And maybe those people would be interested in the IP. Can I share anything juicy with you that you don't already know? Nothing specific. I'll say this. I spoke with the owner today of Cardio, which is one of the companies that Metazoo owes money to. And this is what he said he'd be comfortable with me sharing. So Cardio is the company behind Cryptid Clash, as you guys know, the online client for Metazoo, right? Metazoo does owe them money. He said he'd be comfortable with me sharing that Cardio has no intentions of shutting down the game, Cryptid Clash, unless we're obligated by Metazoo Games' current or future ownership. And they also say we are Metazoo fans at heart, and we see a path for the Metazoo IP to be restored by the fans for the fans. I can tell you that. I see the fake Andy Murat in chat. I can also say I've heard through the grapevine both Andy and Mike are gone. So like I said, Metazoo as we know it is dead. Mike Waddell's Metazoo is gone. Andy Murat's Metazoo is gone. And if there were some form of Metazoo IP to continue in the future, they would not be involved. From what I've heard, Aoki is still around, but I have no idea the extent of his involvement. I don't know. I have no idea about what happened with Mike and Andy's ownership, who that went to. But I do know Aoki, from what I've heard, is still around. But like I said, we know the story. We basically know what happened. The company was mismanaged. They got themselves into a situation where they owed a lot of people a lot of money. They got themselves into a situation where they couldn't fulfill product. They got themselves into a situation where they owed the printers money. They got themselves into a situation where the community hated the ownership. And they got themselves into a situation where they thought that it would be a good idea to gamble the money that they had left on this Karami's Cryptid Carnival set. And that gamble failed. They lost the bet. That's what happened. Are you more optimistic or skeptical of the future in Metazoo after a possible buyout? I'll be completely honest. I'm very skeptical. Like I said, I don't believe that Metazoo will ever be what it was. I'll say that. I think that clearly the Metazoo community still exists and they're still strong. And I think that if anything does continue with the Metazoo IP, this core group of people that is like coming into these live streams, watching these videos, I honestly think that if the Metazoo IP continues in any form, with this community knowing that Mike and Andy would have no involvement and there could be new ownership, I think there could be something for us to continue to collect. Will Metazoo ever be investable? Will Metazoo ever be this crazy boom that we saw? Are we going to see a continuation of all the plans that Metazoo had? I don't think so. But could there be still something left that we can still have? I think so. I don't think the second, like when I say Metazoo's dead, I think they are in serious debt. I think the Metazoo LLC is just, I think everything we knew it to be is done. And I think the cards, the secondary market, I don't really think the secondary market is going to be salvaged and we're going to see some kind of crazy turnaround. I don't think that's the case. I think if you enjoy your collection, you like the cards that you got, I think you should keep them. And I think that there's possibly a future where you could have more Metazoo related things to collect. But Metazoo as we know it is dead. I will say though, if you still love your collection, you still want to keep collecting, I do think there's a pretty good shot that you could see a new Topps Chrome set come out. And you could still have something new to collect, at least to look forward to that. And you don't have to feel bad buying it because Mike and Andy are not going to see a penny of the money made from Topps Chrome if it does come out. Love you, bro, but please stop saying Metazoo is dead. You said it like 20 times. I'm saying it louder for the people in the back. But does Aoki see the money? I don't think anybody at Metazoo right now would see any money from a Topps Chrome set. Topps licensed Metazoo to be able to make cards with Metazoo IP on it. They already paid whatever they needed to pay to license that. Whatever money they make from the set is their money. That's why they paid to license. Like Metazoo paid for the Sanrio license that we're opening right now. They paid their fee, and whatever money they make from the set is their money. It's the same with Topps. Topps licensed Metazoo. If they come out with a Metazoo set, it's their money. Think Mike / distribution is sitting on product they're going to dump into the market. I don't know. Like I said, one thing that we know is true is Metazoo owes people money. And whatever happens with that debt, if there is unreleased product, I don't think it would. I don't think it would be dumped onto the market. I think it would be up to the people that are owed money to figure out what to do with that product. I think Metazoo's in a position right now where they're not in a position to dump anything. I think they're scrambling, trying to figure out how the hell they're going to figure this out. They're not going to be dumping anything, I don't think. What's up, Primetime Indy? What is the plan for the future of the channel? Honestly, I don't know. I know that in the near future, I'm going to be opening up some different TCGs. I want to say thanks if anybody is watching from all these different Kickstarter indie TCGs. So many people have sent me boxes and just all kinds of cool stuff. I think I'm going to do a couple different live streams specifically for those new startup TCGs just to showcase, maybe this will be something for us to collect next, maybe whatever. I'll do some more Pokemon if I feel like I'm getting back interested into it, but there's Otherverse. Speak of the devil. So I'm going to do some way of incorporating all these indie TCGs and giving them their own stream. In the near future, I do think there's going to be more to talk about when it comes to Metazoo. I think if we do get an announcement, it's going to be an announcement that kind of confirms what we already know. I don't think anybody should hold out hope waiting for an announcement saying, we're back. Nick, have you heard about a Metazoo announcement this Wednesday? Maybe it's fake news. I have heard this rumor. And I have also heard something that kind of supports Wednesday. So, yes, that's possible. But don't be too hopeful about what the announcement's going to be. Maybe we'll get some kind of clarity. But again, I think the announcement is going to be just kind of more confirming what we already know. I have seen the viral videos of the divorced dad's TCG. What's up, Hollywood, man? I got home from work, put the kids to bed, and think to myself, I wonder if Nick is live. How many PSA returns you got coming? Unfortunately, too many. Too many that contain Metazoo. Scaly Schism says, I keep drawing Metazoo stuff from time to time, but got my own horror TCG to turn more of my focus to now. We'll keep everyone updated on that. So yeah, I don't know what the future of the channel will hold, but I do think the immediate future, I think there's still going to be a lot to talk about with Metazoo and maybe what the future holds for the IP. And maybe we'll never know why Mike posted that, why it got deleted. Maybe we'll never know what happened internally between Mike, Andy, and Shaw, who I believe is still, from what I've heard, Shaw and Steve are the only two guys left. What's up, Chris Sheridan? Yeah, LolCal is another one. They sent me a lot of cool promos and packs. So shout out to them as well. But yeah, at some point, we will do a specific stream, maybe a couple specific streams focused on indie TCGs to maybe give the Metazoo community a little bit of an idea of what's out there, maybe a new thing to collect, and just showcase some different stuff. Would you fight Andy if you saw him in person? No. Honestly, I've never talked to Andy. I've never met Andy. I have met Mike. I have talked to Mike. I'm more disappointed than anything. How many boxes of Metazoo do you still have sealed? Honestly, a lot. I would not advise anybody to do this, but the prices lately have been just so cheap. I've been stocking up on a lot of stuff because I think I'm going to want to continue to open Metazoo in the future. And at these prices right now, I mean, it's kind of hard to justify not buying any. I saw a couple people actually message me about this on my Nick Strength and Power Instagram. Did something new happen with Vince McMahon? People were asking me to make a video about it because I used to make some wrestling videos here and there. Is there a new development in the Vince McMahon lawsuit saga? Charles says, "Can you send me $200 for free? You seem dead set on throwing away money." Look, I enjoy opening cards. I'm not saying I'm buying boxes because I think I'm going to make money off of them. I'm buying them because I enjoy opening them. And I might want to open more in the future. So I look at it as like vacation money. I look at it like going out to eat to a nice steakhouse and spending $200. Look, there's Metazoo boxes right now you can buy for $20. If you go to a nice steakhouse, you could spend $200 in one night, or you could buy 10 Metazoo boxes. Lyle says, "Real question, was Mike on the island?" I have a feeling none of us are ever going to see or hear from Mike Waddell ever again. I don't even think you can find him anymore. I think his LinkedIn is gone now. So look, I mean, I would say this. I am cracking the CN1. I think the community that still loves and enjoys Metazoo should stick around and see what happens. There still could be a place for you guys to collect more stuff. There still could be a place for you guys potentially. Well, like I said, cardio is still up. You can still play the online client. You can still play Metazoo right now on the site. And I think, like I said, I'll say it for the 21st time. I forget who said you've said it 20 times already. But the Metazoo as we know it is dead. But I think there's a real possibility that the people that are diehard fans of cryptids, that are diehard fans of these artworks and these designs and just the idea of the IP, I think maybe you can take some solace in the fact that Mike and Andy are going to be gone. They were the problem. We addressed it. Everybody in the Metazoo community, basically at this point, even Argos, we've publicly shamed Mike and Andy. The community gets it. We've hammered it home. Yes, they're rug pullers. Yes, they're crooks. And yes, they probably made out. We don't know what money they were able to walk away with, but yes, they probably took whatever money they were able to take and they walked. But I think you could take some solace in the fact that if Metazoo does continue in some form with the IP, with the cryptid idea, it would be a completely new version of what we knew. So maybe the fact that it's dead is a good thing. Maybe the fact that the Metazoo we knew is dead is a good thing. And maybe a new version could be better. Problem is, y'all should have said something sooner once y'all noticed the internal damage. Who is y'all? Because I've done nothing but point out the problems with Metazoo from the second that I noticed them. Argos and Kitchen Table TCG. Well, none of them are me. So don't say y'all, because I've kept it pretty straight with you guys. I'm a pretty straight shooter, and I've told you pretty much everything that I know when I know it. I've complained about just about everything with Metazoo. What's up, Brad? Thank you for that, Pokebar. And I will say also, only recently, when all this stuff started to go south, I think probably after the TCG player release of the collector's box for Kuromi, only after that have I really started to get real inside information. And by that point, I'd already been very critical about what I knew, but only in the last few months or so did people start really dropping inside bags of what's going on. And as soon as I start getting that stuff, I've been letting it fly. What did I send Argos last night? I talked about it in the last video. Thanks for that, Derek. I watched a few YouTube videos lately. I can tell you're really hurt by these actions. Well, they shot everybody in the back, man. And it is sad. Okay, I'll sum it up again. So the screenshots that I sent Argos were basically a conversation that Mike was having with a small group of people that were investors and or potential investors. So it was like a small group chat. And in that group chat, Mike basically broke down everything about the financial side of Metazoo for whatever year it was. I believe it was 2021. Their profit margin, how much they're making per set, what their net profit is, all these very specific numbers. But I think the most important part of that, because none of these numbers really change anything, and that's why I didn't release the screenshots yet, because if Metazoo is in the process of a sale, it's important to remember Metazoo is not a public company. We don't have the right to know any of this, and I don't have the right to post it. So if Metazoo were being sold and I posted that during the sale and it somehow messed up the sale, that would leave me liable. Chances of a sale? The sale is still on the table. But whether that happens or not, this version of Metazoo is still gone. But like I said, I think the only thing that really mattered in those screenshots that changes something or gives you guys really good insight is the fact that Mike confirmed in that group chat that he was in fact himself going to be putting out product on the secondary market, which is something like I saw someone point this out in the comment section. I thought it was really good. They said it's funny that Metazoo used to be so strict on their Discord, and they didn't let anybody discuss the secondary market on Discord because they didn't want to influence the market. But having that screenshot of Mike saying he was going to directly leak product onto the secondary market is like the ultimate, like, it doesn't get more ironic than that. That was the only thing in those messages that I think was really significant. You know, if you guys know how much profit they made, how much money they made, what their margins were, does it really change anything that we already know? Can you give a hint of the numbers? They were better than I thought. I'll say the margin was better than I thought. But like I said, the good part is Mike's gone. When was it dated? I'll tell you the date right now. Let me look at it. April 1st, 2021. Yeah, that's true. It was April Fool's Day. Oh, that's funny. I didn't even realize that. Jake says, damn, so if Mike kept that up, he sold over 20% of his vault. Here's the interesting thing, Jake. Notice in Mike's comment, he says that number isn't very tangible and it could change. So I would even say that likely that 2.5% was much less than he was releasing. Any of the bulk for sale? I don't typically sell bulk. I generally just burn it, but I saw your comment about your daughter. I might be willing to just ship you some of the hollows from this opening if we don't pull anything super crazy. Just because bulk is heavier and a little bit more expensive to ship. But if you message me on Instagram, just message me your address and I'll ship you some stuff from the set for free if you want. Something that would be cheap for me to ship. Is Josh working out at your gym? Not yet. I was able to I spoke with his sister and he spoke with his sister. Might happen. What are the chase cards? I play Magic the Gathering. The chase cards are the Sanrio 6, which would be the Hello Kitty and Karami card, Karami number 4, Chibi Adam Ackler and Sam Sinclair. There's a Friend Aura, Chibi Aura, and then I forget what the Field of Flowers card is called, but there's like there's 2 auras and a Terra that are part of that Sanrio 6. Then there's a secret rare serialized chase, which is the Mothman and Karami card, which is numbered out of 131. I'll tell you guys what I've been mostly picking up. I've been picking up Nightfall boxes. I've gotten some really good deals on cases of 6 boxes. I got one case of 6 for $150, and another case of 6 for $175. Prices like that for Nightfall, to me, that's so worth it to me. I picked up some Cryptid Nation when it dipped under $100, some first edition. I picked it up for maybe 89 a box. It's bounced back up a little bit though, and I think I bought 3 or 4 boxes at 89 a box. Nick, how do I get a hold of you to do an interview for this doc? Have you tried DMing me on my Pokemon Instagram? The Pokemon IG is the best place to reach me for anything Metazoo related. Pokebarn, I don't know if Nightfall is going to dip down to $20. Oh, nice. This is one of the better chase cards. This is one of the Sanrio 6, the Hello Kitty and Karami. At one point, this was like a $200 card. At this point, you might still be able to get 35, 40, maybe? I have no idea, honestly. Probably around $30. But at one point it was like $200, so it came down quite a bit. BD says $4. No problem, Derek. Now, I will say this with a caveat. I'll send you some stuff, a couple free cards, as long as you live in the United States. Sometimes I get those requests, and then they send me their address, and they live in like the Czech Republic, and I'm like, bro, I'm not gonna pay $100 to ship you some cards. That's where you value it. I think that's where a lot of people probably do value it. I think that's fair. I think a lot of people probably shouldn't buy Metazoo unless it's like $20 a box. Umu in the chat. He says, fingers crossed for a Metazoo and CryptoZoo collab. Chibiquetza. Is that the actual Umu? No problem, Derek. So you said you did send a DM, though, so I don't forget. I'll check it after the stream. Chibi Snipe. Blitzen says, did you ever in the last week or so ever come in under another name and troll Nick's channel? Do we suspect him of that? Okay, nice, Derek. You live in Columbus, Indiana. Yeah, Jake, I've noticed that too. The prices have stayed surprisingly strong relative to what they were a few days ago. They've rebounded a little bit, but dead cat bounce. Yeah, I was gonna say, I hope Umu wouldn't be on my channel trolling. I think Umu's always been pretty fair to me, at least. But I will say, Umu, when you say the name of my channel, you gotta say it right. Nick's Strength in Pokemon. I've heard you say like 20 different 20 different variations of the name. Blitzen, who do you what was the account that you think was trolling? Is it something that I would remember? Chibi Bookmark. What's up, Peter? Kyle says, I have a serialized rare from Seance, and I've been waiting for other listings to get an idea of a price, but they don't seem to exist. Honestly, I don't think the serialized rares from Seance are that desirable. I don't like what they did with UFO and Seance, where they had like 10 or 12 different cards that had then 10 or 12 different they were numbered out of 12 or 10 or whatever. I didn't like that idea as much. I like the ideas in the past where it was like the Green Man, where there was just 100 and that was the one secret rare. Having like all these different secret rares in a set that no one's even pulled all the UFO or Seance secret rares to my knowledge. No one even knows what the other ones are. Same with native. I mean, I don't think most people know all the native secret rares yet. There's a Karami number 2. See, that can go. See, Derek, I'll send your daughter this for sure. BD says, rumor has it they weren't even sealed. They weren't even all sealed in packs. Yeah, Argos's video blew my mind, man. When Argos mentioned that some random guy had accidentally been shipped a secret rare from UFO instead of a UFO blister pack, that is extremely sketchy to me. That is like that's a pretty big revelation. Speed Robo says, I still haven't caught up with Argos's video. It's too long for me right now. That's why I thought it would be a good idea for me to make a recap last night, because I watched Argos's entire video, and then by the end of it, I realized 4 hours had gone by. So let's talk to Umu for a minute. Umu, is it still true that you do not own a single Metazoo card? Pokin' Fun was the one of one moth pay. Yes, it was. Yeah, it was paid for. How do I feel about it? Obviously, I don't think there was any price that it was going to sell for that was going to make me happy. I mean, obviously, since the time that I bought that card, the market has considerably dropped off. And obviously, based on everything that's happened in the last week or so, I wasn't expecting to get what I paid for it. But no matter what it sold for, I was going to be disappointed. But yeah, I know the guy that bought it. He's also a guy that picks up a lot of sample Mothmen. So I was happy to see him get it. And I was happy it went for over $3,000. I mean, that's still, considering everything, the fact that a Metazoo card is selling for $3,300 is pretty impressive. All right, Umu, why not though? Why don't you own a single Metazoo card? If you think it's a waste of money and you don't want to spend money on it, can I send you a Metazoo card and start your Metazoo collection with a free one? He says no. I'm trying to buy them on eBay. LOL, for real. Well, damn. I wanted to be the person that Umu said, I only own one Metazoo card. And I got it from Nick. TCG Baptist says if Metazoo makes a comeback, it could be huge because this ending has brought back much attention. Honestly, again, I'll say it. I don't think the Metazoo that we knew will ever make a comeback. This Metazoo is gone. This Metazoo is dead. However, like I said before, if you like the Metazoo idea, if you like the cryptid theme, if you like the IP, there is a chance that there will still be something for you to collect in the future. There's a chance that that somehow lives on. And I can't talk much more about that, but there's a good chance that if you're a diehard Metazoo fan, not a great investment, not an investment at all. If you just enjoyed Metazoo and you hope that there's something new for you to open, there is hope of that. Derek, your daughter will like this one. I asked Rudy to box him. Oh, you want to box Rudy? Rudy versus Umu on pay-per-view. Cojito Aprendo says Revive and Bear Walker Redemption open. Scary to give Metazoo money though. Invader Squid said they're shipping. Argos texted me today and showed me a screenshot that the blister pack that he bought last night on live stream from the Metazoo marketplace has shipped. So Argos has proof they are shipping product. But me personally, I redeemed Revive on Wednesday night and I have not gotten confirmation. I have not gotten a shipping notification. I haven't gotten anything yet. So be careful with redeeming Revive or Bear Walker. I have not heard back about mine. All I got was an automated message saying, we're like overwhelmed with requests right now. We'll get back to you when we can. Nick, is Mike still at the company? From everything that I've heard behind the scenes, Mike and Andy are both gone. I don't know the specific. I don't know the specifics of how. I don't know. I don't know if their shares went to Aoki. I don't know if their shares went to Shaw. I don't know exactly how. But from what I've heard from multiple people, him and Andy are gone. See, I honestly don't know much about Steve Aoki to say that he was worse or to say that he was bad. But I can't really say much more than that. But from what I've heard, he is stepping up now to try to salvage something. I guess I could say that. And look, to be fair, if Mike Waddell and Steve Aoki really fell out because Steve Aoki wanted to take Metazoo in a Hero Quest direction, that's the one thing I would defend Mike in. It's Mike's idea. It's Mike's game. Why would you want a partner that's going to try to steer the ship in a direction that you don't want to? It's Mike's artistic direction, not Steve Aoki's. So I actually I support that falling out. Umu is expecting a baby. Nice, man. Nick, do you still have your starter deck Kaiba sealed? I do not. I'm looking to buy another one, though. Do you think I'd have a shot at Mike's girlfriend, says Derek? As far as I know, Mike doesn't have a girlfriend. Nick, what would you pay for Andy's sample book of Topps Chrome Sapphire? Do you have it? Or is this just wild speculation? If the money was going to Andy, I'd pay $0. I wouldn't pay anything for it. I wouldn't give Andy a fucking cent. Fuck Andy. Let me just say that for the record. On behalf of all the artists and staff. Fuck Andy. Nick, you got any older Team Rocket Pokemon you collect? I think all I have is a Dark Charizard. My favorite steak chain. I would say Jeff Ruby's. Oh shit, I've got a bunch of Instagram DMs. Let me make sure it's nothing important. Okay. Unrelated. Nick, you gonna keep ripping Kuromi until you pull the secret rare? Maybe. Nick, what are your plans for opening vintage Pokemon? I know you mentioned you would get back into that soon. I don't know where I'm gonna start. I would like to get into some Topps Chrome. Nick, that's a good question. Nick, what's your favorite Metazoo card that you would not get rid of? That's a good question. I really like the blue ink that I pulled myself. I really like that one, even though it's a PSA 9. I probably will never sell that one. I like the first influencer medal that I got from Metazoo, like the very first one they made. I thought that was cool. Um, oh, the card. I'll show you this. Yeah, the card from Lily. I had a Metazoo artist Lily make this for me. So this is a really cool card actually. I pulled this blank Metazoo card. So it has a Metazoo back, and it was just blank white on the front. And I sent it to Lily, and Lily made this one of one Mothman for me on the blank Metazoo card. I think this is really cool, and I'm never gonna sell this. I really like this. I think she did a great job with that. I'm trying to get a custom label made for this. But yeah, Lily is the best. Which is the only problem I ever had with Umu. You said in a video that you thought Lily was the person involved with Andy. That was the only problem I ever had. It was not Lily. Lily is completely innocent. Well, you can't trust KFC. Lily's great. And she had nothing to do with this Andy thing. Afton, on the other hand. Stampa says he loves Kentucky Fried Chicken. I'm sure she appreciates that, Uma. She might be watching right now. I know they tend to not leave a comment, but I know they watch. I just wanted to say that again for the record, though. All that stuff with Andy having favoritism and having a relationship with an artist, again, for the record, nothing to do with Lily. Oh, is he Richie? He's from Kentucky? The guy selling the fake Kickstarter moths? That is interesting. Speed Robo, you can make the label. Oh, dude. Yeah, send me another message on Instagram. We'll get in touch. I'd be happy to pay you for some custom labels. Peter says KFC not smart enough to make those. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. That'd be cool. Because I'll show you what I did. I tried to print one out. I've got like one of those little label makers. It looks like absolute shit, and it doesn't fit. Looks like absolute dog shit. It was supposed to be a nice label maker, but it just didn't work out. All right, was that the last pack? Damn, that was a weak box. All right, so Derek, I'm going to set this to the side, all the hollow hits, and this will go to Derek and his daughter. All right, let's get into first edition, though. What's up, Cheeseburger? The man, the myth, the burger. What's up, bro? What's the most you've spent on any one TCG card? The card that I sold today and lost my ass on. I spent $11,000 on the one of one Mothman. It was like 12,000 with taxes and fees. I sold it today for 3,300. What proof do you have the December 2023 letter is not going to happen? What do you mean? Nick, have you started training Josh yet? He's the community's little brother now. I have not, but I have talked to his sister, my ex-girlfriend, and he has talked to her. And we're working on getting him permission. We just got to figure out a way to do it where I don't have to see my ex-girlfriend and she doesn't have to see me. We'll save the box topper for last. Josh is my ex-girlfriend's little brother who hopped in the last live stream that I was doing. What's up, Nate the Great? Nick, what are your plans now that Metazoo is gone? Another TCG you're going after? Nothing specific, man. We'll figure it out. I look at it like this. I feel like I'm just getting out of a relationship and the girl cheated on me and I'm not ready to commit to a new one. So Metazoo is like the crazy hot girlfriend that cheats on you. You were super invested, super committed to that relationship. And now you're single, you're on the marketplace, you're swiping through all these new TCGs, but you're just not ready to commit to one yet. So I don't want to get too invested in anything new. Alan the Kraken. Is that the Alan the Kraken? What's up, DJ? What would you keep sealed? I was thinking my whole Metazoo Kickstarter product line collection and 2 PSA 10 Kickstarter Mothmen should hold on to. Good idea. How many sealed Kickstarter products do you have, bro? Wait, I missed the beginning, so is Metazoo actually gone? Yes, I'll say it for the 50th time. Metazoo as we know it, I believe, is completely dead. I do believe there's a chance that the Metazoo IP lives on through new owners, maybe a new company. Mike and Andy, though, from what I've heard, are completely gone. Reverse hollow. Wait, is that a reverse? No, never mind. Never mind. Full hollow, Piazza Bird. Always good to start a first edition box with a full hollow. It's a good sign. Nick, you should steak dinner a few TCGs on stream for us to get a better idea of what they're like. What does steak dinner mean? Yeah, dude. Unlisted Leaf says rough haircut on your Mothman Superfractor for sure, but it is what it is, man. You win some, you lose some. Just Archaic says, didn't Texas Ted say let's talk tomorrow on Argos' stream? Yeah, he reached out to both me and Argos, and we're gonna have a call with Texas Ted. We haven't actually spoke on the phone yet, but I talked to him today. And Texas Ted, another great guy. I mean, as much negative things as you can say about Metazoo and the management, there were so many good people that worked there, which is what makes this even more sad. I mean, it's more than just the fans that kind of got screwed on this deal. There were some really passionate, just genuine good people working for Metazoo that got fucked. And they, like, I'm sure Texas Ted probably still doesn't even know what's going on. He said he's got some information for us, but I have a feeling he's in the dark about a lot of stuff too. Thank you for that donation, DJ. You peeped the email. You down to hang Thursday? Yes, I should be there, as far as I know. Did Argos confirm he's going to be there too? Yeah, Texas Ted, for the record, a great dude. And that's the unfortunate thing is, not only did Mike and Andy screw the entire community, but there's a lot of great people that worked for them and worked their asses off for them. I mean, Texas Ted was traveling all over the country promoting Metazoo, and they didn't even give him a heads up on what's going on. Nick by steak dinner. Oh, there's Argus. I'll be there if you'll be there. Bet. Nick by steak dinner. I just mean spend around $200 opening random TCGs on stream. Well, I do that almost every night. Except it's not random. It's Metazoo. Yeah, Texas Ted is a great guy. I'm not sure I know who Mario is. Mario as well, a great guy. But the artists too. I mean, there were so many great people that worked for them as artists that got screwed too. And I can confirm that I heard that the artists that left recently didn't get a heads up. They thought they were going to have a normal Ghost Train full haul. They thought they were going to have a normal work day starting this week and this past week. And they were just kind of blindsided. They had no idea that was coming. Alan the Kraken with a $2 donation. Thanks for the donation, bro. Research Mike's old employer. 100 million for Harvard. Transparent logo. Yes, I'll send you an email back, DJ. JH says, I love Argos mannerisms. I'm jealous. I wish I could be as smooth and polite as him. Tactful, too. My favorite thing about Argos is when he gets fiery and he gets heated at somebody in the chat. And he does this little chuckle afterwards, like a disarming little laugh. And that's the scariest thing a man can do, is yell at you and then laugh afterwards. Alan says Mike's company lost 100 million for Harvard exploiting Brazil. As an employee of that is. I haven't heard anything about that. I'd have to. You can send me a link if you want. Harvard bets on Brazil farmland. This sounds like it goes pretty deep. Did we confirm that he did remove his LinkedIn, right? Yes, David. The buyer did pay the 3K for the 1 of 1. Reverse bunny man. Ooh, I like that, Deadly. Mike Fraudel. Mr. DJ says, I heard before the closure that either Mike or other partners hooked up with an artist and fired the rest. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by hooked up? Andy was dating an artist. And I believe they're still dating. But I don't know about plural partners hooking up with with an artist. I think you're probably thinking of Andy in Afton. Afton, who by the way is the only artist of all the artists that has blocked me on Instagram. And I never followed her and I've never spoken to her. I noticed the other day when she announced that she was leaving, someone sent me the story of her announcing she was leaving, and I realized I couldn't click what they sent me. So she blocked me. I think she blocked me because of the artist video that I did. When I started to interview the artist, and they had a lot of stuff to say about her and Andy, even though I didn't name her in that video, I feel like she kind of confirmed everything that I heard from those artists about her and Andy by blocking me preemptively. Not that I was ever gonna harass or do anything to her. JH, I like that you're optimistic, but bro, I'm telling you, Metazoo as we know it is dead. And JH, one of the things you said earlier, you said, what proof do I have that we're not going to get the things that Mike said in that letter? All the proof we need is Mike is gone. And Mike wrote the letter. Mike's gone. Derek says, Nick, thanks for everything. Unfortunately, work is calling my name soon. I appreciate you, bro. I'll make sure to get that, check that message after this. But I think all the proof you need as to not getting the deliverables in that letter is that Mike, ooh, nice. Loveland Frogman, one of my favorites. Is that Mike wrote the letter and Mike's gone. I mean, they're gone from Metazoo. I have no idea where they are geographically. Although, although I would not be surprised if they are no longer residents of the United States. Cheeseburger says Metazoo never made it to the moon, but can they make it to Uranus? Well, Andy is an asshole, so... I will say though, I don't think anybody knows. No audio. You guys can hear me, right? I don't know why someone said no audio. I'm pretty sure you guys can hear me. Okay. Cool. Speed Robo says little bro just needs to turn up his volume. Thanks, guys. Yeah, Richie. Everyone, man, Metazoo is dead. That sucks. It is what it is. Gary, did you hear Metazoo is going to be on Pawn Stars? Gary reached out to me. I got a really strange message from Gary today saying to call him, that he's got information for me. And then immediately after sending that message, he said, never mind, my information is wrong. Cancel that. So I don't know what that was about. Quentin, Jesus, bro, $20 donation. You didn't have to do that. I'm not super into Metazoo, but when I was looking to get into the game, I couldn't find a single LGS in my state that hosted a Metazoo in Virginia. Do you think the lack of competitive scene was a red flag for the life of the game? Absolutely. I think that was a lot of people's big criticism, was that the playability and the player base just wasn't there. And Metazoo tried to throw money at the problem and say, okay, $1 million caster cup. And yeah, I do think that was an issue. There's got to be engagement in the community. Audio addictions, or Audio A, all this drama bringing a lot of views, never seen this many tuning in. I think one night we approached 400 live viewers. And that's why I'm saying, even though I've repeatedly said the Metazoo that we know is dead, I do think the community still seems like there's a strong community that like the idea, like the IP. And so for all of you guys that still enjoy the cryptid theme, still enjoy Metazoo, just stay tuned. While the old Metazoo might be dead, there might be something new down the pipeline that does not involve Mike or Andy, and potentially not even Steve Aoki. Jake says, not that I think Bandai is buying it, but if they did, the game would be much more player-centered for sure. I do want to say the Bandai thing is legitimate. Bandai is an interested buyer, and I've 100% confirmed that to be true. Now, I don't think they're currently in the process of a sale, but Bandai is the Bandai rumors about specifically Bandai is 100% interested. Shit, I just missed what Alan said. If we're recommending collectible TCGs, Alpha Clash is my best proof of work, is outstanding, on par with Metazoo's pace. Alpha Clash already being placed on TCG Player as we speak. Fresno Nightcrawler's full hollow. And I believe Cardio, the company that Metazoo owes a lot of money, also did the Alpha Clash online client, right? Yes, they did. So I'm just saying, even Alan, who's a guy that's definitely not Metazoo's biggest fan, he likes Alpha Clash. So what if a company like Cardio had something to do with Metazoo in the future? Ooh, Alan even knows Chris. Will Bandai print the cards to shit though? Um, okay. Chris, if you're watching this, I told the chat earlier, I talked to Chris today. There's a lot of love for Chris in the chat. So, Chris, maybe that makes you feel better. Jersey Devil full hollow. Yeah, Yoko, 100%. I think if Bandai did buy Metazoo, it would they would not it would not be Bandai buying Metazoo to continue what Metazoo was. It would be for Bandai to probably repurpose it into something new. Nick, please get your sources to leak the War theme song by Added Color. Those slap so hard. I have not heard that. If Metazoo gets bought out, would you start buying sought after cards again? No, I would not. Because like I said, I don't think if the Metazoo IP, ooh nice Quetzal. I don't think if the Metazoo IP continues, it's going to help the secondary market for the old Metazoo cards. I think if Metazoo continued, it would become something entirely different, completely new, a continuation of the idea, a continuation of the cryptid theme, but it would not be the same Metazoo. And potentially not even called Metazoo. Nick, buy Metazoo, please. The same reason I wouldn't buy Metazoo is the same reason Bandai hasn't already. It's the debt. And that's what needs to get resolved. All right, it's been 90 minutes. I've got to pee. You guys keep yourselves entertained in the chat for 60 seconds. It's about time for the the halftime show, which is listening to me pee in the bathroom right next door. Okay, halftime over. I think JH might be trolling. Of course I freehand it. Yeah, I don't wash my hands because I don't touch it. I've got good aim. 100% I didn't wash my hands. Can you really? I'm gonna have to go back and watch these streams sometime and see if I can hear it because I never know if you guys can hear or not. Is Alan still here? I've got a question for Alan if he's still here. You keep up with the NFL? Not really, honestly. I live near Cincinnati, so the Bengals are my. Oh, I do live in Cincinnati, so the Bengals are kind of like my default team. I have really no interest in the Super Bowl at all. I could care less about either team. Okay, Alan, you've kind of become the most notorious Metazoo hater, and I don't say that to be a dick. I'm just saying that's kind of that's kind of the truth. But I would say other than I told you so, I'd like to know your thoughts on everything that happened with Metazoo. Like, what do you think about what went down? Other than I told you so, and what do you think about the potential of some type of repurposing of the IP without Mike and Andy involved? Nick's opinion on the Puppy Bowl? We are a little short on the likes, people. Thank you, Kohita. Oh, we got 70 likes. Oh, we still got 243 people in here watching. I'm gonna go ahead and crack a cold one in honor of Alan, because in this instance, Alan gets to say "I told you so." But I'm curious of Alan's real perspective on what went down, other than that. So if you guys haven't cracked one yet, it's time to crack one. I just got a I just got a text from a Metazoo artist that said thank you for saying fuck Andy. I won't name the artist though. Okay, Alan said, far from the truth, I'm a massive fan of the Metazoo IP. It's the greatest elevator pitch of all time. I was trying to find out more details in order to put in a bid for the company Radio Silence. Of course it's Radio Silence. But you know what I mean, Alan. Your reputation precedes you. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but you know what I mean. Nick has the details of behind the scenes on BB and Metazoo. JH is probably Mike. Guys, I'm telling you, Mike is never going to show his face again, whether from a burner account or anything else. I don't even think Mike has the capacity to hear any of this criticism in any shape, let alone come in with a fake account. And I think what Alan just said, I was against the censorship and running playbooks from cult handbooks taught in Harvard. But Alan speaks to the point that I'm making right here. Is Mike in the whole censorship thing? I don't think Mike has the bandwidth to process any criticism at all about his idea. And I think that's where the banning and the censorship and all that stuff came in. And I think Mike is probably so overwhelmed right now. If he had any idea what people have been saying about him, I I think he's gone. I don't think we ever see or hear from him again in any way. JH, trust me, I know. I'll give you guys the Mike Waddell answer. Trust me. Just trust me. Watch Wednesday, we find out Bandai bought Metazoo and Mike is staying on as his creative director. I don't think there's any chance of that. Not to the Bandai part, but to the Mike part. Audio Addictions, thank you for that donation. Nobody has to donate, but I appreciate that. Chug your drink. Metazoo is dead. Nick, ask Metazoo a question only they can answer. That's not the real Metazoo games, guys. This account has been in like every Metazoo stream over the past few days. It's not Metazoo. JH, don't get me wrong. I'm on board for any revival of Metazoo that doesn't involve the former management. And if you're serious and you're not trolling and you do want Metazoo to survive, if you really love the idea and love the IP, there is hope. But I'm saying, as far as the product that already exists, as far as the secondary market, as far as the Metazoo that we know, I don't think it's bouncing back. I don't think you're going to see Cryptid Nation go back up to $1,000 someday. I don't think you're going to see Karomi be more than $100 a box. I just measure your expectations. Full Hollow Chupacabra. That's a drinking game for you guys, Brian. Every time I say Metazoo is dead, you guys got you got to take a shot. I'm getting some good, juicy messages right now, too. Hold on, let me respond to this one. All right. Anybody or Nick know if any TCG is community owned? I don't know the answer to that. I don't know. You think Bandai will trade those gold tickets for stock? Absolutely not. But I can tell you guys with almost certainty, the Bandai rumors are true. Bandai is an interested buyer. Whether or not there's a sale currently taking place, I don't know about that. But I know that Bandai specifically, that rumor is true. Personally, I think if Bandai buys it, they turn it into something completely different. They repurpose it. They do something else with it. They're not going to. I know what people want to think is that Bandai is going to buy it and then come out with War, give us our pre-orders, go into Yokai Island, continue Metazoo as we know it. I don't think that's what's going to happen at all if Bandai buys it. No shot, really, Nick. How do you know? It's been confirmed by so many people behind the scenes. The Bandai thing is true. Escaped Alien says, "I'll let you know how much the Bandai gives me when I pull the tickets." The only thing I don't know if is true, I don't think there's actively a sale happening. I know that Bandai was the interested buyer, though. No, no, this is not part of the screenshots. Mm, I don't know if I can say this or not. Lawcow and Joel Swesky. I do have the answer to both of those questions. I just don't know if I can share it. I will say that I would theorize that, Nick, I do trust you, but I would like some more proof that Bandai is really involved if possible. Okay, to Lawcow's question, I would say that the reason that a sale hasn't happened is because of the debt. If I were a betting man, I'll say it like that. And to the other question, do you think it's Metazoo contacting Bandai, asking them to buy it, and not the other way around? I would theorize, hypothetically, if you guys wanted to research it, there's a Steve Aoki connection to Bandai. K2, not everything is black and white. I know that people want to say you should just share everything you know, but it's just not like that. There's NDAs involved, there's sales that haven't happened, there's settlements that haven't happened, there's things that are ongoing right now. Where just because people trust me with some information doesn't mean I can just dump it all. But I'll tell you, I wouldn't get on here and lie to you about anything. So I want to give you as much information as I possibly can. But I can't, something, it's not black and white. It's not just dump it or don't dump it. It's not just dump it or don't say anything at all. There's some stuff I can give you some clues to, and there's some stuff I just can't say. How to shave your balls and dude is trustworthy. Oh my God. Speed Robo. I'm also not saying just take everything I say at face value. What if Bandai buys, then Aoki buys from Bandai? No, I don't think that's going to happen. Have you guys seen the amount of eBay auctions getting relisted after auctions? Seems like the show bids are going crazy. I have not. Running cover for Argos after Bailey got mad? Absolutely not. I saw the screenshots. I don't think that Bailey proved anything about Argos. Bailey showed screenshots of him ranting to Mike Waddell, and Mike Waddell barely responded and really didn't give an answer to anything he said. Just vague, random, weird responses. I don't have a horse in that race, bro. I like Argos, but I have no reason to cover for Argos. I don't know Bailey, could care less. Mr. Sly says, "Can you say what the screenshots you were sharing with Argos were?" Yes, I just said this earlier in the stream. The screenshots were essentially a group chat that Mike Waddell had with investors and potential investors, and it shared a lot of the information about the company's finances, like their profit margin, how much profit they make in a year, a breakdown of how much money they make per set. And I think the main important thing to share from that, like I said before, Metazoo is not a public company. So they don't. There's no obligation for them to show any of this, any of their business finances to the public, and there would be liability if I shared those specific numbers and they're in the process of a sale. But I thought the one thing that I needed to share with you guys from that screenshot was the part that I shared in that video, which confirmed that Mike Waddell was planning to and was dumping product on the secondary market. I think that's the most important part. Especially when you consider the fact that when Metazoo was moderating heavily their Discord, one of their big rules was don't talk about the secondary market. We don't want to influence the secondary market. They repeatedly said that. So I think the biggest part of those screenshots that's important is that they were directly trying to influence the secondary market, just not telling people about it. I think that was the only real thing about those screenshots that would give us more context. Damn, another Loveland Frogman. What do you speculate he was dumping exactly? So I think the important part of what he said in that screenshot was he was planning on releasing 2.5% of his vault, whatever his vault might be, every quarter to the secondary market. But if you looked at the bottom half of that screenshot, he also said that it's not really a tangible number. It could be more, it could be less. So he said 2.5%. He could have been posting a lot more than that. And what do I speculate has been dumped? I think there have been almost proven accounts on TCG Player and eBay that were dumping limited edition, sold out Metazoo product, special releases, right after release at below MSRP. Things like Magicast or things like Bear Walker, things like Revive. that we thought were sold out. K2, I appreciate that, bro. I understand where you're coming from. And I don't align myself with anybody. I'll say this to placate what you're saying. Do I think do I think that Argos maybe thought there were some problems internally with Metazoo? Probably. Do I think that Argos had something that we don't know? Probably. Do I think that Argos knew this was going to happen? I honestly don't. I think Argos is still in the dark about exactly what happened. I don't think he knew Metazoo was going to shut down. I don't think he knew the extent of the problems. Do I think that he sold some grail items, maybe thinking things were going south? Yes. Do I think that Bailey proved that Argos had insider information from Mike? No. That's what I'll say to placate that. Because look, essentially, this is what's being floated. Bailey is trying to float the idea that Argos knew this was coming, that Argos knew the shutdown or whatever this is was coming, and that he sold acting on that information. I don't believe that's the case. Possibly. Like I said, I think Argos probably knew there was problems internally. I don't think Argos knew the extent of them. Because honestly, looking at everything that we know now, and everybody that I've talked to, even people that work directly underneath Mike, don't know what's going on now. People that just lost their jobs don't even know what's going on. I don't think he would confide everything in Argos. But I'm not running defense for Argos either. Like I said, I like him. I think he's a nice guy. I like watching his videos. But even when I made the video about Argos when he first started selling, before we knew any of this stuff that's going on, I even said I don't completely believe him when he says that the reason was entirely to fund his brick and mortar store. I even said that in that video. And that was before we knew any of this. Jesus. Hold on, I've got a bunch of DMs. Let me see what it is. I've got like 4 former Metazoo staffers messaging me all at once right now. Um, Anything fun to share? One of them was just saying that yes, MetaZoo was very strict with staff and on the Discord about the secondary market stuff, not talking about it, not engaging with it, and the irony of that. One of them was asking if that was really Mike in the chat from the official from the MetaZoo YouTube channel. I told him no. All right, see you, DJ. Thanks for stopping by. What has Shaw said so far? I personally have never spoken to Shaw, so I can't speak to that. I know that other people have. I have never had any contact with him. Roz Killa. What I would like to do, and I don't know if I would do this with Argos or just do this on my own, but I would like to have a stream where we do a Zoom call and we just give links maybe every 15 or 20 minutes. We'll send the link to a different MetaZoo employee that wants to come tell their story, and we can do a big tell all of the artists, of the staff, and just let you guys tell your story. Just give them, every person maybe 20 minutes or something, and just keep sharing the link to a new staff member every 20 minutes or something. Because one thing I can tell you guys is in the past week and a half, I have talked to dozens of ex MetaZoo employees at this point. And maybe we can extend that to former MetaZoo partners, maybe some players. I'm sure Easton would like to come on, the Casters Cup winner. He would love to. I'm sure he would love that. K2 says you can draw a map of Mike's henchmen: Argos, Rudy, YouTube, Andy, Discord, and Ops, Shaw, distribution, Aoki, funding, but they didn't even ask anything or nothing. No, Easton did get paid for his Casters Cup victory, but he was part of a team, and he has firsthand knowledge of the team the people on his team that didn't get paid for Dark Tower. So he knows all these people, and he knows a lot about what went on behind the scenes with that. Little Birdie told me Argus was asked to help find a replacement for Ted last fall. Little birdie equals someone very involved with Metazoo. Travis says 10 minutes before my Dark Tower match, I found out my grandma died. I'm sorry to hear that, bro. How many drinks to get Nick to spill the beans? Spill the beans on what? Alan says, I heard a story about another TCG creator getting kicked out of Mike's rooftop party after Mike got jealous of the other guy getting more attention. Spill the beans on that. Who was the creator? What's up, Steve? Metazoo win soon. No, Nick, literally spill a can of beans. I wonder how many people didn't get a severance. I don't know for sure, but I don't think anybody's getting a severance. And I know for a fact there's some people that still haven't been paid for their work that they did while they were still working there. You know who else probably knows is Gary. Honestly, bro, I don't think Gary knows as much as we might think he does. I think he was like friendly with Mike. I don't think they really clued him in on a lot of what was going on. With all this stuff going on, honestly, for Gary to come in the chat and just be like, well, Metazoo's going to be on Pawn Stars, I feel like he had no, I feel like he's not really as in the loop as you might think. K2, I have heard that there's a potential that shit, what's his name? Charlie from Penguin Zero or whatever. I've heard he might be making a video about Metazoo. Yeah, critical. Yeah, moist critical. That's what I couldn't think of the. I know someone that knows Charlie, and he's in the loop on everything that's going on with Met. Well, not in the loop like behind the scenes, but he's following what's going on right now. And I heard that he might make a video. And that seems like it would be pretty par for the course. That's the kind of stuff he talks about. Alan says, I'll tell you my real thoughts on Gary. I think he's a successful wolf in sheep's clothing. I place no blame on Gary, but I would never underestimate Gary in the slightest. I don't know, man. Did Mike ever buy his one of one Topps Chrome Creator card? I don't think so. That would be the biggest Metazoo video for sure. And Charlie does talk about a lot of kind of obscure topics. I agree with you, K2. I'm with you there. We need prison time, not a fun 10-minute video. We're on the same page in that one. You know, I think it's unfortunate that Mike is he's protected in a way. If anything happens legally, it would happen to Metazoo. It would happen to the LLC. It would happen to the company. Mike's a smart guy. And there's I think odds are very good nothing's going to happen to him as far as like a civil lawsuit. Rattle has a lawsuit now to work. Someone suing Rattle Pokemon? Yep. That's exactly it, Speed Robo. That's the point of having an LLC. Nothing going to happen to Mike. That's exactly why I have one. If you were to buy one last Metazoo item, a single card, boxes, collectible, etc., what would it be? It would be a Kickstarter box. I've only opened one Kickstarter box in my life. And I think if the prices drop a little bit more, I'll buy one. What information did Rattle leak? K2, I hope so. I do hope so. There's got to be a way to catch him for something. I agree with you. I hope so. I saw someone say this already, but the class action lawsuit thing, it's really not likely. And it would have to go against Metazoo. It wouldn't go against Mike. And if Metazoo is going bankrupt, which it seems like they are, you're not going to get anything from a class action lawsuit if they go bankrupt. And then it would cost tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, to get that lawsuit going. And everybody involved in the class action would also have to prove that they reasonably tried to get their money back and couldn't. So if you guys would have to try to charge back first or try to dispute the payment, which you likely will get your money back if it was in, the last 6 months and you dispute it. The class action thing is just not likely. And it certainly is not likely to be something that could be taken against Mike personally. Being unbiased, do you think Mike would tell you the truth? Tell me the truth? No. I think after listening to Argos's live stream, I do think that Argos had a relationship with Mike where they spoke pretty candidly with each other. And I think all the things that Argos said Mike fed him, which a lot of them turned out to be not true or turned out to be lies. If he's willing to lie to Argos, he would also lie to me, a guy that he's spoken to maybe half a dozen times, a dozen times on DMs. I think Mike BD says, I'm not confident that Argos is 100% truthful. And I'm not saying he is. I can't vouch for Argos. I can't say that everything he's saying is true. But what I will say is, I think Argos also got screwed. Argos got Zune. Who is Banks? Put me in touch, man. I'd be happy to hear whatever you want me to hear. I'm open minded. I'm willing to sit here and hear any side of the story. Like I said, I don't have a horse in this race, man. I go about as straight down the middle as I possibly can. So if you want me to hear some side of the story, I'll hear it. Okay, but I don't know who Banks is. You got to tell me. Nick, what's the most you ever paid for a Metazoo box that you opened? When I bought the Kickstarter box that I opened on stream, I think I paid. This was 2 years ago almost now. And I bought it from MetaMan, who now goes by Grails GG. I believe I paid $3,700 for it. Runs the Black Border Society. Put me in touch, man. I'll talk to whoever. What did EpicTube say, Jake? Nick, if EpicTube is correct, it sounds like maybe Mike flipped and made the announcement because Bandai pulled out. I forgot to mention, Alan, Jesus, there's so much cool stuff in this chat. Alan says, I forgot to mention Alpha Clash offered to buy Metazoo stock in exchange for shelf space. Everyone is just here for the drama. No one cares about the zoo anymore. What I heard about Bandai is they are the interested buyer. The reason that they haven't bought yet is because of the debt. So I guess it depends on how you would say pulled out. But if the debt somehow gets settled, if there's some kind of settlement, Bandai would be the person that's back in. Not the person, the company. Wing Pikachu says, exactly, Argos knows way more than he lets on. Nick, I feel like you're letting your friendship with him cloud your judgment. Like I said, I'm not going to vouch for Argos. Do I think he knew more than we did? Yes. Do I think he knew exactly what was going to happen? No. I can't vouch for everything he says. But I do like him. Speed Robo. Thanks for changing the pace a little bit. But I will say, I do appreciate everybody's feedback. I'm not going to ignore anybody, and I'm open to answer any questions. And I'm willing to engage with the Argos thing because it is what it is, and I understand why people feel that way. And do I think, look, honestly, do I think that him selling all that stuff was motivated at least partially by him knowing something was going wrong? Yes, I do. But the question was, what's your favorite Metazoo memory? I'd say my favorite Metazoo memory was the Houston Collecticon in 2021. My best friend from high school, I live in Ohio, went to high school in Ohio. My best friend from high school moved to Texas. And we got into Metazoo together. And that was the first Metazoo event we went to, was like right in the middle, like peak pandemic. We had to wear masks in the convention center. But I'd say that Collecticon was probably my favorite Metazoo memory. I had a really good time with my friend. We got to reconnect. We don't get to see each other very often because he lives in Texas. And that was probably my favorite. If you have evidence of something, yeah, send it to me for sure. They're evaluating the value of the IP post death. They're weighing the outstanding debts and liabilities. They'll back or sell before that happens. At least 5 different investor pools I've heard of. K2 says he's very likable. If he was honest, he would probably be here defending himself. I called him out on the Discord and he squirmed, dodged everything. Look, I'm sure Argos is watching this right now. Nick's DM's getting flooded. I'm sure he's gonna have to get a second phone. But I'm sure Argos doesn't expect me to sit here and vouch for him either. I like him, and when I got into Metazoo, his videos were mostly what I watched. That was all that was out there. And I hope that he is, for the most part, being truthful. That's what I'll say. But I can't sit here and vouch for everything that Argos said. And I don't think he would expect me to. Yeah, Chris, I was there. The only Metazoo events that I've been to was that Collecticon in 2021, and then 2 Mothman festivals. Medicine Bag says, I'm so sick of hearing about whether Argos knew or not. Pokin Fun says, if I had a large holding in Metazoo and heard the same news everyone heard, artists quit, not being paid, the tournament winners not being paid, I would have sold too. That's also a good point. Even if Argos didn't have any insider information, just him knowing all the things that all of us knew, that's a good enough reason to sell too. That's a good point. They're making good points. Look, like I said, I'm not going to sit here and vouch for Argos all day. But that's a good point. If Argos knew everything that we knew publicly at the time, and he was sitting on hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of Metazoo, wouldn't all of us do the same thing he did and start unloading some of it? I'm not saying he didn't have inside information, but just knowing what we knew publicly at the time, we'd probably do the same. Can we get a bonfire bulk stream, Nick? I did have a bonfire today. And a lot of us did the same. Why did Chris stop being head of... That would be Chris's question to answer. Did I dump when he did? I didn't dump, but I've been selling this whole time. And I've probably been selling a lot more in the past few months, even before we knew about this. Argos is a retailer, Nick isn't. Mike says, ask him if he's an investor in the company or if he's ever gotten money directly from Metazoo Games. Ask who? Yeah, I know. I'm getting DMs left and right. Let me see. Let me see what we got here. Jesus Christ. Okay, I got some good stuff from Lawcow here. So Lawcow sent me some screenshots about Argus being asked to help replace Ted. Ooh, someone just offered to sell me a sample frogman. Um, all right, Chris Campman. I'm gonna pee again. I'm gonna take another quick 60-second break. Let me know if I can share any of that stuff that you just sent me in the DMs. And when I come back, I will if you want me to. More ASMR. All right, this is this is a hell of a stream. Oh shit! Is Chris in the chat? Oh wait, yeah, he probably just DM'd me. Okay. Okay, Chris, thanks. Nick peed all over his hands. Time to open cards. Guys, am I the only one that doesn't need to touch their dick to pee? Does nobody else do this? Am I the only one here that does that? Do you guys wash your hands if you don't touch your dick when you pee? Pokebarn is hands free. Everyone keeps making comments about me not washing my hands. You wash it if you don't touch it? It's called a Bluetooth hands-free, baby. No touch, no wash. All right, Chris said not to, or you'd prefer not to. So if anyone has anything you want me to share, Lawcal, I guess that goes to you too. If you wanted me to share those screenshots, like I said, I'm here open to any discussion. I'm not here to run defense for anybody. If anyone has anything they want me to share, any cool screenshots or whatever, just message them to me, and if I can share them, I will. Even you, K2. I'm not. I'm open to whatever conversation you guys want to have, and I appreciate all you guys for being here. $9,000 loss on the 1 of 1. Do you wish you would have just kept it? No. I knew I was going to lose money on it. And I think I would lose even more if I sold it down the line. But like I said, the reason I bought that card no longer exists. Are you playing Persona 3 Reload at all? I don't play really very many video games at all. Oh, you want me to share the screenshot you sent me? Okay, I wasn't sure. every time I open my phone, there's like 20 more. Okay, so I'll share the screenshot that Lawcal sent me. Like I said, I'm a man of my word. I don't have a horse in this race. He sent me this, an email supposedly to Argos. We spoke about a potential job opportunity with Metazoo. I'm connecting you with Mike Waddell to learn more about this. Please let me know if you have any further questions. Oh, yeah, it's going to be a write-off for sure. And a Cosmic Aura, no red ink. Have you asked Argos if he was an investor in Metazoo Games or was given money by the company to shill products as Mike B? I have not asked him. I haven't spoke to Argos since like noon earlier today. I can ask him if you want me to. I don't think the artists were in on it, but the social media guys and distribution guys all knew nobody would ever print 100,000 Wilderness and think that it wasn't just a trick to sell to distro. Oh, I 100% don't think the artists had any idea. I don't think they knew much about anything going on with the releases. All right. Last box of the night, Nightfall. What did Stephen Bar? Damn it! Now you got me drinking. Shout out to Stephen Barcelo, man. The Bigfoot hunter himself. If you guys talk me into it, we might do another first edition box tonight. That's a good point. Pete Dorr TCG says they knew if Argos became an investor, he would constantly be asking them for answers on things they aren't delivering on. They just wanted to keep coasting along unquestioned. That actually is a good point, and a reason why I don't think Argos was an investor in Metazoo. But again, I'm not here to run defense for Argos. I'm not here to talk about Argos all night. And I don't think he expects me to either. I can't vouch for everything he says. I'm open to hearing your guys' perspectives on it. Pokin' Fun makes a very good point. And that's why I also agree with that. He says Andy supposedly didn't know about closing. How would Argos? I heard the same thing. K2, I'm only talking about Argos because you keep bringing him up. And you're forcing me to defend any relationship I have with Argos, which is barely any. I don't know anything about the guy other than what everyone else knows. Obsidian Obelisk. I said I'm not here to do that, but you guys are making me. You're like making me defend everything Argos says. And I said, I've already said 1,000 times, I can't vouch for what Argos says. What more do you want me to say? Saw your live stream the other day. I'm surprised you don't get lonely. I've got my dog, man. Guardian Angel. Nick, defend chocolate chip mint ice cream. Do it now. I do like chocolate chip mint. Now you're reaching, K2. It's just obvious Nick knows something more and won't say. I know nothing more about Argos. Indrid Cold, full hollow. Audio Addictions, thank you for the $2. Shout out to Elizabeth. Let's chug to Metazoo downfall. Ooh, nice. Mothman right off the bat. And a Mothman right behind it. No, I'm not gonna kick you, bro. I haven't kicked anybody. I never kick anybody. Nick keeps ignoring my Kickstarter question. What was the Kickstarter question? Metazoo dying doesn't change the fact that the card is cool. Nightfall's always been my favorite set for sure. Nobody, the truth is nobody knows anything. Also, soon. Do you think we'll dump all? Wait, what? Do you think we'll dump all hid Kickstarter product for extra money? Do I think? Do I think Metazoo will or Mike will? K2 says thank you. I'll stop now. Truly enjoy your content. You seem nice. Just don't like the. Just don't like this DMs while live and not revealing. Take care, boys. You'll see soon enough. Well, I appreciate your feedback, bro, but like I said, if an artist DMs me something, if Chris DMs me something, and I say, "Can I share this?" and he says no, I'm not gonna share. I mean, what do you want me to do, man? If someone shares something with me in confidence and says, "Please don't share this," I'm not gonna share it. That seems like the right thing to do, right? Potion seller. Alan says it wouldn't surprise me in the slightest if Mike refused to sell to drag Metazoo down with him. Escaped Alien says, yeah, but when you freehand piss, what do you do about the dribbles? I wiggle my hips, bro. I shake the rest of it out. I think the one thing we probably all can agree on. Holy shit, another Mothman. Damn. What are we, like two? We're 6 packs in. I agree with that too, even though that's the fake Andy Murat account. But Balloon Fight also said it. I also don't believe there's only 2,500 Kickstarter boxes. I agree with that. I hope you don't have carpet in your bathroom. I don't. Full Hollow Momo. I do have a I do have a friend that has carpet in his bathroom and it's disgusting. Mike will sell at least one high-end Metazoo collectible a month for decades through various eBay shell accounts. I also agree with that. K2 says, here's a clue. I wonder the rates certain people could buy the zoo at were different. I wonder if the rates were different depending on who you are. Well, if that were the case, that would suck because I wasn't one of those people. But I could certainly see that being true. And of course, I finally was able to get a golden distribution account at the end of December of last year to finally buy stuff at wholesale, and then everything went downhill. So I've been buying stuff at MSRP or on the secondary market the entire time until December of 2023. I guess it might have been November because I ordered the Karami set. Was the only set that I was able to actually get from Golden. Pokebarn, I believe I paid $69.99, not $74.99 for Karami. And I think as you bought more, you got a bigger discount. And I only bought like a dozen. Not anything super spicy. We did pull a Sanrio 6 from Karami, and we pulled 2 Mothman so far from this Nightfall box, and it's been barely 100% K2. I just found that out recently as well. But yes, 1,000%. Does it seem like a conflict of interest to have Shaw at Golden and Metazoo? I wonder what he did on the daily funny setup there, kind of like having an inside man. No, 100%. Do you edit your own videos? Yes. There's not much editing that goes into these videos, but yes. I film them on my iPhone, and then I sit here and basically just add an intro to them and maybe add some overlays. Alan says Alpha Investments is tarnished publicly, but the people with a brain know Rudy is clean. Rudy reveals the drama as much as Rudy revels in these dramas as much as us. And to K2's point, I'll say this. There's an interesting TCG player account that if you order something from them, it's got the same shipping address as when you order something from the Metazoo marketplace that's fulfilled by Golden. And they often have the lowest price on the market for booster boxes. Can I get a you got Zood? CK2. I don't have an agenda, bro. We're on the same page. How's your Pokemon collection? I've got a really nice Pokemon collection. I haven't sold much of it at all. Mostly Metazoo. Ooh, there you go, Richie. Richie said it, so I didn't have to. That's the one I had in mind, my boy. Max TCG. And Richie says they're selling Kickstarter product. Also, a little bit of they've got a surprising stock over there on Max TCG of influencer medals. I love you, K2. I don't think you do. I just think your love of the rap blinds you. Everything else you seem privy on. I love you as much as I love Argos, bro. I love everybody that's here right now. I'll say this. I mean, anybody that's interested enough or cared enough about Metazoo to be in this stream right now, I love you as much as I love Argos, as much as I love anybody else. I think we all were in this for the same reason. And we all got fucked in one way or another. What did I miss? Yeah, I would say if anybody in this chat has ever bought Metazoo on TCG Player, check your order history and see if you've placed an order from Max TCG. Because I bet you have. Because they always seem to have the lowest price on the market on any given day on most booster boxes. And they really seem to have quite a bit of exclusive, sold out, limited product. Like Bunnyman creator medals. I don't have a P.O. box. I know I need to get one. If you message me on Instagram, I guess I can trust Alan the Kraken with my address. I typically just give my straight up address if people want to send me stuff, but just message me on Instagram, bro. Just don't fuck me if I give you my address. But for the most part, I tend to trust most people that are in this community that want to send me some stuff. No promises. If you're gonna fuck me, at least lube it up. Yeager Film says, how much of a percentage drop do you think there will be 1 year from now, or mid and high end like sample? It's honestly hard. I have no idea. That's impossible to predict. Richie says, nah, we like it raw here. Thank you, K2. I appreciate that, man. Thank God for Nick. Honestly, the Argo stuff doesn't matter. I just think he doesn't deserve to be quickly let off the hook. You're a hero helping expose Mike the Mason. Hey, I think we can all agree on that. I don't think anybody here wants to see Mike get away scot-free. I think we can all agree on that. Don't get a P.O. box, get a UPS address. You can use it as a real street address. I guess I could. I guess my only fear would really be someone sending me like dog shit or something. I'm not really afraid of anybody showing up here. I mean, that's do that at your own peril. You just film on an iPhone. Do you do that on your other channel? So yeah, on this channel, I just use my iPhone. On my other channel, I don't show my face at all. My other channel is just commentary. So I'll talk over overlays. He's got God and Mothman on his side. I mean, honestly, man, with these newer iPhones, you can shoot 4K at 60 frames per second, and the video looks great. Nick, what did you do for work before your other channel took off? So that's a good question. So my other channel, it's obviously my big one. I've got over 1 million subscribers on there. That took off when I was in college, the year that I was graduating. So I was a full-time student, and I majored in health science. I got my degree, my bachelor's in health science. And at the time, let's see, when my channel took off, I was working at a retail chain in the mall. I was a manager. I used to say that with pride. I was a manager at this place called Brookstone. And I worked there for a while. Prior to that, when I was in college and in high school, I was a lifeguard at the local pool. I worked for my dad for a little bit. I worked at UPS. I worked at UPS for a little bit in college. Probably 4 or 5 random jobs that I worked throughout the years. But yeah, Brookstone, I guess started working there, and Jesus Christ. I just realized as I was about to say that was 10 years ago. I started working at Brookstone in 2014, I believe. And I think I worked there through 2017. But back then, I thought I was making great money at Brookstone. We got really good commission as a manager. And I say this now and I kind of cringe. I was making $15 an hour. And I thought I was on top of the world, baby. When I got that promotion to 15 an hour, I was like, holy shit. I'm making like almost $1,000 every paycheck. And that was on a 2-week basis. But yeah, basically that year that I graduated college in 2017 was when my channel really started to take off, and I was kind of, oh shit, we got a God pack. We got a God pack. Do you think there's an old scratch in this fucking pack? Do you think this is going to be an old scratch pack? Damn, what a good way to end the last box of this stream with a God pack. What if there's a fucking old scratch in here? Are there reverse hollows in a God pack? Why are there reverses? Why so many reverses? I think this is the last. Maybe. Ah, fuck. No old scratch. Why were there so many reverses? I thought God packs were hollows only. Well, that was anticlimactic. At least we got a God pack on the stream. A half-assed God pack. Fuck, man. Jesus. I was so stoked when I saw that hollow on top, and then it was reverse, reverse, reverse. God damn it. That God pack was probably worth $1. K2 says this time you don't even have to open 12 packs to get to get 12 worthless piece of shit cards. I mean, this has been honestly though, this box has been really good. We've still got basically half a box over here. We already got 2 Mothmen, a God pack, a pretty fucking good amount of hollows. There could still be something in here. This is a pretty damn good Nightfall box, honestly. This is one of the best I've opened. How many packs do we have? Do we have half a box? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, we're like halfway through. So do we have, I don't think we have any honest idea on any of these odds, but are there odds that you can still pull an old scratch after pulling a God pack that didn't have an old scratch in it? Like, what are the odds of pulling an old scratch from a non-God pack? Gunmetal Poppy, how often do you work out per week? I try to do 5 days a week. I try to take the weekends off. It's true random, Nick. There's no logic to the boxes. As far as we know. Adam Ackler, full hollow. Once again, though, guys, I want to thank everybody that came by tonight. Even though this is the last box of the night, we still got 200 people watching. We've been going for what? Damn, have we been going for 3 hours? I'm not ripped. I'm not ripped at all. I'm like 235 right now. I'm pretty chunky. At least before it ends, though. Get us to 100 likes. We got 91 and 200 watching. Full hollow Momo again. Anyone wonder why Aoki doesn't just buy Zoo out? I think it comes down to the Hero Quest thing, right? He wants Hero Quest to be like his Metazoo. That's going to be his project. Let me make sure I don't have any important DMs here. Holy shit. I don't know. I just got a message from some random dude on my Pokemon Instagram that's verified and has 1 million followers. All right, I'll have to get to these later. I've got a bunch of messages in my request folder. Alan, I saw yours. No, the dude with 1 million subscribers just said Nick, man, but he said it like 10 minutes ago. Adam Ackler. And I don't really get DMs like that on the Pokemon Instagram. I try to keep that one kind of low key. Let me see. I'll show you guys what his account is. I won't show you guys. Does anyone know who this dude is? Sebastian Ojeda with 1 million followers. Just some random dude messaging me, Nick, man. What's the story with the Redwall stuff on your eBay? One of the first things I ever started collecting was Redwall, and I don't even know where to start. I've got a shitload of just crazy Redwall stuff. So I listed it on there at like these crazy high prices, hoping if there's any Redwall collectors out there, they'll hit me up. And crypto spam, bro, probably is. Alaskan Vortex. Redwall was one of the best books. The book series is one of the best of all time. That was like my childhood thing before I started recollecting Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh or any of that stuff. Redwall was like the first thing I started collecting again. Redwall was like a sci-fi fantasy book series about about like, it sounds super gay when I say when I say it, but it's like about like woodland creatures that were sentient, and it was like medieval time theme, like they were like warriors. It sounds gay now, but it was cool back then. Headless coal miner. Any more streams this week? Yes, probably. I do have a feeling there's going to be some kind of statement from Metazoo on Wednesday. I do think there's a little bit of truth to that. And I think that Nick just reading fanfics is. I think it's probably going to be a big nothing burger, and we're not going to get anything that we don't already know from it. But I'll probably stream after that announcement. But I do have a feeling it's going to be more nothing and just stuff that we already know. But I'll probably do a stream right after that. I've got more first edition boxes. I've got like 15 more Nightfall boxes. Nice, a Grim Reaper. This is a solid box. Nothing burger with extra cheese. I don't know if I'll stream tomorrow, but probably definitely Wednesday. Probably definitely soon. In Metazoo terminology, soon. Thank you guys, by the way, for getting us to 105 likes, exceeding my expectations. Axe Handle Hound. With how shit they were with seating, there might not be any more old scratch cards. Who knows, man? Indrid Cold, reverse. Just getting off work, watching before I clock out. Did you get all your subscribers from the zoo? Really, no. The minority of them came from Metazoo. I started this channel in 2020, and we opened up and talked about nothing but Pokemon for like at least 2 or 3 years. And then like 2023, 2024, maybe late 2022, I started making Metazoo videos. But yeah, most of the subscribers here are from like the Pokemon boom in 2020. But yeah, if anybody in the chat, even after I end this stream, if you want to message me, tell me anything, sell me anything, whatever, I'll be up for a couple more hours after the stream ends. So if you guys have anything to say, I'll be responding to emails. Or, I'm sorry, DMs on Nick Strength and Pokemon. Steven Barcella says he needs some old scratch cards. They're on max TCG. Interested in older Yu-Gi-Oh? Yeah, I mean, it depends on what it is, but yeah, sure, man. I think anything like pre-Magic Ruler is like the era that I'm interested in. Damn, Dark Watcher's reverse. Yeah, I know what ultimate rares are. I've still got a few ultimate rare Chaos Emperor dragons from... Shit, what was that set? It was like the Kaiba's collector's boxes that had like the oversized Blue Eyes card. I've got a few PSA 10 Chaos Emperor Dragon ultimate rares from that set. Would you buy Mike's Mothman prototype if you had the chance? Maybe for $69. I don't think anything that Mike originally designed, like that prototype Mothman, is going to be worth anything because Mike's name is going to be in the dirt after this. I got a bunch from the mid-2010. Just message me, bro. Show me what you got. Dual Terminal, I'm not super familiar with. Reverse Tea Kettler. All right, guys. Last pack of the night. I appreciate all you guys for hanging out tonight, man. And I hope I'm wrong, and I hope maybe we find out something that we didn't already know on Wednesday, but I still think it's going to be bad news or news that we already knew. Oh, shit. Would you buy a patch of Mike's hair that he cut off when he went bald? Damn, we're ending with a reverse twin meteor. All right, guys. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you on the next one, and I'll see you in the next video. Nick Strength and Pokemon signing out.